So picture Ja Rule, the king of the early 2000s, promoting the Fire Festival, which ended up being one of the worst scams in history. This luxury music festival he helped promote turned into a straight up disaster, with rich folks stranded on an island with nothing but cheese and sandwiches. FEMA tents. Talk about embarrassing, right? But let's rewind and see how Ja got to this point. Born Jeffrey Bruce Atkins on February 29, 1976 in Hollis, Queens, Ja Rule came up in a strict Jehovah's Witness household.
I'm gonna tell you something about this religion. Because, yo, word of
I grew up the same way. I know what you mean.
it kind of helped in a lot of ways.
It does.
You know what I'm saying? Me and, Exhibit grew up Jehovah's Witness too. And we was just on tour in Australia together. He pulled me to the side. He said, yo, whoa, he said, we talked some shit. I said, what's up, Lex? He said, yo, I grew up Jehovah's Witness too. He said, I understand. I said, I said, oh shit, I didn't know that. A lot of artists did, but Big did as well. But a lot of artists did. But here's the crazy shit about the religion. So when you're young, they put you on stage and shit. Like at young age, to speak, to do talks and shit in front of the crowd, in front of the congregation.
I never heard of that.
Yeah. So at a young age, at like 8, 9, 10 years old, I'm speaking in front of crowds of people.
Public speaking.
Which helped me become a good salesman.
His pops dipped when he was young, leaving him and his mom to be all by themselves. Mama Deborah had to raise him and his sister solo. Tragically, his sister passed away when he was only 5. Now, this hit the family real hard. Lil Jeffrey wasn't about the religious life, though. He used to sneak and listen to rap music and dream of spitting bars. By 17 in 1993, he said peace out to high school. He jumped headfirst into the rap game, linked up with a group called Cash Money Clique, but that didn't pop off because one of the members caught a case. During this time, Ja Rule met Aisha. They met when they were teenagers. Ja spotted her getting off the bus at school.
In middle school, 172. She was from Queens. And her family moved her out to Atlanta, thinking that would be better for her, better living environment for her. It turned out that wasn't a better environment for her, so she came back and started living with her Aunt Sarah. And then and I was right there in Hollis. So we were right there in each other's backyard. The crazy is, we went to the same kindergarten and didn't know it. But I met her when we were young, and it was crazy because it was something about her. She was innocent, but very pretty. All the guys were, trying to holler at her. And that was, that for me, that was like, all right, everybody's hollering, I'm gonna fall back. So, we got to know each other young, fell in love, I would say probably when we got in our high school years. And we really never looked back. And we've been rocking and rolling ever since. I think we were important to each other in a lot of different ways because we were going through similar struggles at the time. I just think it was a connection. Like, we just kind of knew each other's situation and seen it for what it was.
Ja Rule wasn't about to give up on his rap career. In 1999, he dropped his debut album, Veni Vidi Vici, and had the streets buzzing with Holla Holla. Oh yeah, y'all remember that song? Holla Holla, anybody that's ready to get dollar.
Holla Holla, come on, if you rollin' with me.
Okay, from there it was nothing but up. Between 2000 and 2004, my man was topping the Billboard charts left and right with joints like Always on Time with Ashanti, I'm Real with J-Lo. Every little thing that we do, put it on me. I'm sorry, y'all, I'm reminiscing. So they had Between Me and You with Christina Milian, Put It On Me in 2000. They did Living It Up in 2001. What I Do, everybody that be living it up, you say. We had Always on Time with Ashanti, Mesmerized with Ashanti, Wonderful with R. Kelly and Ashanti, New York, Fat Joe and Jadakiss. In 2001, he won the BET Award for Winner of the Year, I'm Real with Jennifer Lopez. He was also nominated for Best Male Hip Hop Artist in 2001 Coca-Cola Viewers' Choice Award. The Grammy Award nominations for the Best Rap Song Collaboration in 2003, Best Rap Album 2002, Best Rap Performance by Duo or Group in 2002. The MTV Music Awards, he was nominated for Best Hip Hop Video in 2002 and Best Rap Video in 2001. For the MOBO Awards, he was the winner for the Best Hip Hop Act in 2002. He was also nominated for the Best Album, Best Video, Best Single, and Best Hip Hop Act.
We know better than anybody what goes into a good collab.
Like what we did Always on Time, Down for You, Mesmerize, and more.
Exactly.
Now, let's talk about the Billboard charts. He topped the Billboard 200 albums chart with Rule 336 in the year 2000 and Pain is Love in 2001. Now, Rule 336 topped the Billboard R&B hip hop album charts for 3 weeks. He had multiple singles reach the top 10 on the Billboard Hot 100, including Always on Time, which peaked at number 1. Veni Vidi Vici in 1999, it sold 1 million copies, so it went platinum. And then Rule 336 sold 3,365,000 copies, so he went 3 times platinum. Pain is Love, again, 3 times platinum. The Last Temptation, 2002, platinum certification. Blood in My Eye, in 2003. Now that only sold 470,000 copies. I mean, but that ain't nothing to, blink your eye at, because that's still good. 2004, he sold 660,000 copies on the album Gold. Now we did start to see his career going downward.
You like Ja Rule too, right?
No.
Yeah, you do.
No.
You be dancing to that.
I'm not dancing to that.
You be liking that.
Okay.
That's not hip hop. That's
if
R&B
you think
shit.
that I'm dancing to that, we can meet in the club tonight and you see what I'm dancing.
Now, I'm sure you ain't dancing to nobody likes Ja Rule on the stage now. Can't make it a show. It's finished, because I said he's finished.
It all started back in 99 when Ja got robbed for his chain in Queens. Now, word is one of 50 Boys was behind it.
But one of my friends was from Basic Projects. It was Lil Troy. He actually robbed Ja for his chain. He sent his girlfriend to go talk to him. She walked him to the corner and then he robbed him.
But that was just the spark. The real fire started when Murder Inc., Ja's label, got mixed up with a dude named Supreme. See, Supreme was allegedly the one who put a hit out on 50 Cent, which is why 50 got shot 9 times in 2000. Ja Rule being tight with Irv Gotti and Murder Inc.
I let him know that. Like, I wasn't feeling his whole style. And so he punched me. He snuffed me. So as he snuffed me, boom, I caught him back. And now the fight ensues. We all over the place. We throwing down the thing. He's not that dude. You understand what I'm saying? But people don't realize that because of his demeanor.
But now,
When we had a conversation, this is what the nigga was saying. Yo, it's just a record. I'm just trying to get out there.
And when he went to pull Ja to the side, pull him, away from the guys to talk to him, Ja walked over there with the bat in his hand. And, 50, as they talking, how people sometimes talk and they gesture with their hands or whatever, he may have gestured with the bat as he's talking. And, I think, he raised his voice or something. And then 50 swung on him.
Yeah.
50 ain't get hurt. Nobody got hurt. That it was too many of them really trying to get at him that he didn't get a scratch on him, basically.
Okay.
And we got to Atlanta, nigga wanted to talk. Rule ain't really want to talk to him. Before we got there, Rule said, I don't want to talk to him, but
50 started coming at Ja hard, dropping diss tracks and clowning him in the media.
Did you really buy Ja Rule's tickets, like seats at his concert? You did?
Cheap ticket. The tickets were very affordable.
Right.
It was on like StubHub. Yeah, I bought the first one. Yeah, it was cheap though. It was cheap tickets, so it was something to do. Like if you don't look at me like that, baby. I just want you to feel like you gotta reach the people. It's not that big of a sacrifice for me. Now I've bought things that mean less to me.
Right. Oh my gosh.
Every time he gets a moment, any kind of moment, he gets on a talk show, and he says, Stephen Colbert, which I love Stephen Colbert, that's my guy. Stephen Colbert says,
in October, you did something to get back at Ja Rule. And please tell the people what you did, because this is quite
I bought like the first 4 rows in his concert.
show receipts of the show you bought tickets to. Where there was you want to see my Instagram and look at my shows? What show? Fucking clown. And y'all fell for the banana in the tailpipe. Y'all slipped on the banana. No. And everybody
He's what we call a troll.
Absolutely. He was the first.
At first, Ja was holding his own because, let's be real, 50 was still new to the scene. Everybody was still in love with Ja Rule at the time. But as soon as 50 Cent got put on, and as his stardom rose, Ja Rule started to fall. By 2003, 50 was the hottest thing in hip-hop, and Ja's career was taking hit after hit. It got hit so hard that by 2005, Ja was struggling to sell records and stay relevant. Since then, Ja Rule has been trying to keep his name out there. He did some acting. He dropped a few albums, but nothing hit like before. Then in 2017 came that festival fiasco, which was supposed to be this Lux Music Fest, but it turned into a total mess.
That was actually one of the first times I ever vlogged was Fyre Festival. This is insane. After having the flight delayed 3 hours, screeching hot plane, where we sat on the plane, finally landed, then got on a hot magic school bus. It took another 30 minutes to get here. Then they tried to get us to stay on the school bus. We had people like crying. When Fyre Festival first started, I was like, okay, I'm just gonna document this. All my friends are going. It's gonna be a cool festival. I'm gonna try vlogging. As Fyre Festival went on and it became a disaster, I was like, holy shit, like I'm one of the only people here actually vlogging. I'm onto something and everyone's gonna pick this up.
A bunch of 20-year-old kids screaming, "This is fraud. Shut the f*** up. This is not fraud." Maybe false advertising with them tents, but this is not fraud. People false advertise all the time.
Overselling the product.
Yes.
I would say that Ja Rule's career is probably the #1 example of what rap beef can do to a person's career. I'm not gonna lie, that was probably one of the most tragic situations in terms of his career because, you know, he's still here with us. So it didn't get as violent as it could have gotten, but I just never seen somebody's career get turned upside down like that, if that makes sense. That was heartbreaking because I grew up on Ja Rule. And let's not forget what Ja Rule meant to the game. In the early 2000s, he was that dude. His melodic style paved the way for a lot of artists that we hear today. He had the streets and the charts on lock. And without his music, that whole era wouldn't have even been the same. We wouldn't have been hearing about no Jennifer Lopez, J-Lo who. We wouldn't have heard about Ashanti. Ja Rule set a whole era. And I feel like a lot of people don't give him credit for that because of the beef with 50 Cent. But let's keep it real. Ja Rule single-handedly was holding down the 2000s era. So recently, Ja Rule has been talking about in a 2023 interview, he said life is short, and he hinted that things could be mended. So I don't know. Maybe it's hope for these two Queen legends to finally bury the hatchet, but as petty as 50 Cent is, I doubt it. These days, Ja Rule has been keeping himself busy with brand endorsements and traveling the world. I recently saw that he's building a school in Africa, specifically in Ghana, and he has his own whiskey. And I've been seeing that he's been getting into golf, so I'm not sure what that's about, but he's been enjoying his life. He is literally enjoying his retirement. And a little birdie told me that he secretly moved him and his family out of the country, y'all, which I'm not too sure about that. He hasn't confirmed it. But if you look at his stories, he's always out of the country. He's hardly ever there. So I believe that's But yeah, Ja Rule's story is one of highs and lows. There's no denying his impact on hip-hop. From the streets of Hollis to the top of the charts, he definitely left his mark. And who knows, maybe there's still another chapter to be written in the book of Ja Rule.